Alright, here we go. Welcome back to Metal Heroes Review, episode number 95. Yes, 5 episodes away from episode 100. How many episodes do I think I'll get to by the time I get to my last Metal Hero series? If I take a guess, I'd say about 300. Yeah, definitely. Yep. So, with these 3 episodes, we're discussing episodes. Yep. Okay, so we're discussing episodes 23 to 25. 23 is a very interesting one because this whole thing is about scientists being kidnapped, and these scientists are named, get this, well, basically they're old acquaintances of Dr. Smith. Yes, there's the guy's name. With a scientist from Germany. Yes, a scientist from Germany. And there's one from the UK as well. Here we go. The guys' names are Dr. Brown and Dr. Schmidt. Schmidt, I think it's from Germany, and I think that Dr. Brown is from the UK. This is actually Dr. Brown's. I think this actually is his final appearance in the series. Yes, I think so, because I don't think he appears, because from the info I've seen, I don't think he returns after this. So the goal is to protect Dr. Smith because there's an international science peace conference going on, and the Sorcerer's Clan is actually working, well, the Demon Clan is pronounced in the dub, in the sub anyways. The Demon Clan here is working with, basically, the leader of this metal gang. Yep. Who is this guy, you might ask? Who appears in this very episode. And this guy's name is Metallic Ninja Gilgamesh. Yeah, he's a very feared person. This is a very action-packed episode. And the whole reason why he kidnaps these 3 scientists, along with Dr. Smith, which is kidnapped too. At one point, they had riding in the car, which is the first time he's ever rode in the car, like in the passenger seat. The second time, he actually is also previously episode 16. So, the reason why they want all 3 of these doctors because they have knowledge to build a device that can physically do brainwave, basically what seems like a form of brainwashing in a way, not like a brainwave. Now, you're probably thinking, like, wait a minute, did they just wasn't this also the big plot thread over in Live Man, which aired the same time as the show? Yes. Yes, indeed. This was the same idea from that one. As for why in the world this is a reused idea for this show, I don't know. It's weird. But I love this episode. And plus, the Spear Ninja makes from Tappa. First time I've seen him since like episode 13. Where like he was last seen supposedly guarding Ryu. And then nothing. It's like this plot that was just dropped. He just, oh, here he is, back again. Where the heck have you been for the past 9 episodes? You probably would think, like, what has he gone because of his commitment to Masked Man? Because this is the actor who plays Blue Mask. I don't think so. No, it could have been Masked Man. It could have that could have been the case, given the fact I think maybe the shows were shot around the same time. Even though Masked Man came out in 1987, and this came out in 1988. I'm guessing that he probably was called away due to. He probably was finishing up Masked Man, presumably, and now he's back here. He gets injured. Also was revealed because it was mentioned in Dr. Smith's debut back in episode 11 of the series that he actually is a former student of Tozan. He was actually apparently his first student. So basically, knows they're escaping. He puts up a really good fight for it. You're like shocked and like, oh, this guy's a scientist. He knows martial arts. Well, they did mention in the first episode he's a former student of his. Which, good on basically for the writer of this episode remembering that. And, of course, also the chainmail guy is defeated by the end of the episode. and then Dr. Slump basically dropped off at his conference, and presumably never seen again. Because I don't know, I don't think he appears again after this. As far as I read, I don't know. I don't know if he appears in the future episodes. I know he doesn't appear in episodes 24, 25. 24, sadly, is, believe it or not, it's basically about a one-shot, character who appears in this episode. Okay, the name of this ninja is Water Ninja Silver Shark, which, after this episode, the guy that's not returning into episode 40. Yes, that is how long of a wait before we got this guy to return. Yep. Oh, and as for Gilgamesh, he kind of returns in episode 29, which we'll get to that really soon. So, the whole thing of this episode is two major plot that's going here. We have where the Demon Clan is searching for Captain Cook's treasure. Interesting. Despite the fact, I don't know if Captain Cook has actually been to Japan. I don't know much about the guy anyways for a pirate. I know he is a real life pirate. And I think the only place I've heard of he went to was Australia. I don't know if you've ever been to Japan. I don't know. I never read much into him at all. And apparently the Water Ninja is his descendant, which I could buy that more than being a descendant of Billy the Kid, even though the actor's black. Yeah. So, they had this radio memory is still coming back. Now, I saw this episode, I was like, wait a minute, where the hell have you been, girl? You've been gone for like 10, here's the thing, this girl's been gone, this is the first time she's appeared since episode 20, it's episode 13. She has not appeared in episode 25. She's not there. I know because I watched the episode. And I'm kind of like, wait, so you remember this plot thread even though that you kind of dropped it after episode 13 for no reason? Yeah, and of course the ninja's working with him. And by the way, a little fun fact about 24. Did you know this actually is I kid you not, this episode is the 300th episode of Metal Heroes. You're like, really? For the 7th show, this is 300? Yes, definitely. And also, fun fact, this was the second show to reach 50 episodes. The first one being Shervan. Yep, that was the first one. That reached 51, excuse me. Next show reached, I think it was 53, I think it was. I was going to discuss Gemma at a future point. Is the next one? You'll find out and see. So, then we have basically a lot of fighting here. At one point, Yoshi kidnaps Ryu, where apparently need to be attacked by her, and then she, at that point, just magically gains her memories, and we see stock footage from episode 11 of the series. Yeah, by the way, that's when the invasion happened. She basically fell unconscious in episode 11, and then it was revealed in episode 13 that, she has amnesia, and they had to figure out a way to bring her back. And then they just dropped this for no reason, and now it's brought back here. My guess is because, I guess someone, the writers, was like, excuse me, what about this amnesia plot we actually drop after episode 13? I guess the writer of the show is like, okay, we'll bring it back. We'll resolve it here. It's been a little bit of time since the last scene. Now, either the actress was not available. That's the reason why she didn't return. Presumably because actors basically probably recommends other shows. Unless the actor was loosely contracted to the show, she could have been basically busy with other projects. She could be busy for a movie. That's probably the reason why the character had to go through amnesia for a brief period of time. It's because she probably was off shooting a movie. But movie would take basically about 4 months basically to shoot. My guess, she must have done a quick TV show or something. Presumably anyways. But honestly, I have no idea. So, yeah, before I get the memory back, basically she can headaches. Eventually, then, at that point, then, when she's fighting the main villain, that's when she gets back her memory. and then she's basically the Noble Ninja again. Yeah, that was really weird, this episode, where characters were just... By the way, we didn't have the usual return sequence we usually see in the previous episodes, where Jiraiya put his outfit on. Here it just... he just basically falls to the side, and poof, there he is at Jiraiya. And it's like they basically borrowed the special effect from Go Ranger. Which, by the way, that was in 1975. This was 1988. Why in the world? Basically Toppa was doing this too, where he didn't just magically put on the outfit. It's like he had he just basically just borrowed the transformation rights from Go Ranger for this, and then eventually they're supposed to find Captain Control, and it's and it's a map, and they look at it, and the thing was like, oh well, okay, and then it's revealed during dialogue that Toppa is basically been reassigned to some international mission, and Ryu was in the country, and she's absent next episode. As the reason for this, I don't know. Toppa, of course, this will be his final appearance in the series, after appearing pretty much on a consistent basis when the show started, and then he's dropped for no reason. Why would you bring this character back after being gone for about 10 episodes just to drop him? Was the point of bringing the guy back just to resolve this plot thread? Because I like the character. It just that he didn't have much to do. We knew practically nothing about this guy, aside from the fact an offhand mention by him is that he and Ryu are agents of the International Secret Police. Aside from that, there was nothing to this character at all. Nothing to his backstory. I like the character. I like the fact he basically, in this episode 24, he was actually using the sword style he was using over Masked Man for this episode, and out of suit, when he was outside of his ninja suit. But it's it was there briefly for one brief scene, and that was it. And I thought this was really dumb for the narrator to reveal this, that he's been reassigned to another country, supposedly for a short time, even though that flyer he has not come back at all. Yes, you could have had this as a scene. They probably did that because, and this is my personal theory, they probably ran out of time to do this particular short. This could have been a quick 2 or 3 minute scene where I'm sorry, I have to go because my bosses are reassigning me to a different country. But Ryu, you actually stay here for reasons. Yeah, isn't she an agent of the International Secret Police? And he's leaving his partner in this country? What reason? To be an ally of Jiraiya? Okay. But... And I'm kind of so you bring the character back and then she's not seen the next episode. Why? It makes no freaking sense. 25 was a fun episode. And 25 is noteworthy for being the halfway point of the series. Normally, if anybody was taking a break from it, this would be a good point to take a break. But I'm going to do about 8 more episodes. Actually, it's going to be... Yeah, it's 8. 8 more. And that's it. I decided to do stop at 25 for this video because why not? Yeah, why not? So, this episode starts off with, by the way, similarly with Mafumo, where he's basically, we first seen in the previous episode, we see everybody just running to this hotel. We see the spirit ninja, we see Jiraiya, we see Kai, and they just run in the hotel room, and I'm like, really? And then the very next episode, 25, it begins with him running, and he's looking for his missing dog, Kuro. And they look around, they come across this Roman noodle lady who sells this stuff, and she apparently is she has no place to go, and she has all these animals, but she couldn't exactly just, her apartment got kicked out because apparently all the noise and the smell, so she was asked to temporarily live with the family. And she does some cleaning, and of course Joe's like, well, this basically takes care of my job doing chores. He's like, hey Dad, why did you just marry? He's like, no. He's like, nope. He's not going through that again. I mean, the guy is a widow. He's a widower. He probably doesn't want to do anything at all. He probably also suspected that she is actually married. Yep, the woman is married. And it turns out her husband disappeared. But it turns out he's actually working for the bad guys, because the main ninja of this episode, the main villain ninja, is not the social club. Oh no, they're basically supporting characters to the actual main villain of this thing, Mafuma's older brother. Which, yes, they brought back the same voice actor to voice him, to play this character, Makuya, who's also a poacher as well. And this would be, sadly, his sole appearance in the series. He previously, the actor who played him, Eiji Maruyama, he previously also voiced the younger brother, Makuba, and Fire Ninja Chang Kung Fu. He also... Okay. He also voiced... he's going to be coming back for episode 41 here. But, yeah, feels like a retread of his brother's episode. Which, by the way, his brother... You probably think, like, when did he die? Back in episode 7. Yeah, he was briefly revived as a spirit for this episode. And it's like, okay. And then, of course, basically, they're defeated by Roman noodles, which I thought that was really cool. Makaba was a good character, so I think he had no honor as a ninja, but he had cool design. He was a cool villain. But his brother was a complete idiot. I like the character's design, but aside from the fact that he's basically the older brother, and he wants revenge for his brother's death, like, nothing else to know about him. We don't know the guy's name. He just refers to him as basically his brother. Like, are they both named Makufumu? Yeah, it made no frickin' sense to me at all. And of course, he's also defeated by Jiraiya, just like his brother was. His brother briefly is revived. Yes, briefly revived. Doesn't speak at all. Like, apparently the voice actor didn't want to do 2 roles at once the same episode. Who knows? But as for these 3 episodes, I like 23. I just don't like the fact Spear Ninja had to return, and then Breath will lead next episode. So what I think of these overall? Interesting, but okay. Nothing really terrible here, per se. Yeah, so that's pretty much a particular view. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, channel notifications. I gotta go because dinner is ready. When I get back, it's Comic Corner and then back to Jiraiya. Okay, next video. Bye.